Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs. My name's Joe, and for the majority of my life I've been a massive nerd, or as I like to call it, really cool Doctor Who kid. So, it's fair to say that Doctor Who has influenced my life in an incredible amount of ways. All the way down to my epic fashion sense. Would you care for a jelly baby?
And that over there is a chair with a panda on it.
But enough of that. Today I'm here to show you my entire Doctor Who collection. So yeah, let's just jump straight into the video. So, we'll start off with the first cabinet. Now, here it is in all its glory. Zooming in here to shelf 1, we've got my Doctor Who 5.5 inch or 5 inch, whatever you want to call them, action figure series. These take up 3 shelves of my collection in total, and these are the main things that I've collected over the years, ever since I was a small child, back in the David Tennant era. And yeah, they're roughly £10 each, but the prices fluctuate. You can get B&M sets. It's all very confusing. If you're a collector, I'm sure you'll already know all this. Now, this shelf in particular is a shelf full of my favourite villains and monsters and evil thingies in action figure form. So yeah, we've got the Masters. Hopefully they'll release a Sacha Dhawan Master soon, because that would go perfectly with this. But yeah, Recon Scout Dalek and whatever. You've got the classic Sontarans at the back, the more modern short potato Sontarans, werewolves, the Face of Bo, and yes, the Face of Bo isn't actually a villain, but he fits there anyway, Omega, and a blue-tied Scarecrow. Now, we're on the second shelf down here, my personal favourite shelf. This, as you can see at the moment, is K9, along with 3 autographs from Big Chief Studios figures, from Billie Piper, the actor of Rose Tyler, Karen Gillan, the actor of Amy Pond, and Stephen Moffat, who was the showrunner. Now, this shelf is my favourite because it's got all the Doctors and their various companions. So here we see the First Doctor era, and the Second Doctor, the Third Doctor, Fourth Doctor, and their companions, so Leela, Sarah Jane, Jo Grant, Harry, what's his face? How have I forgotten his name? Yep, there's a classic Doctor Who magazine with Romana on the front, which is great. Perry, 6th Doctor, 7th Doctor, 8th Doctor, Mickey, or Ricky, depending on who you're speaking to. So, yeah, War Doctor, 9th Doctor, 10th Doctor. There's a custom Madame Vastra figure at the back there, which was made from a bunch of spare parts. 11th Doctor, 12th Doctor, Bill Potts. They need to release a Nardole figure because that would go brilliantly. And the 13th Doctor with Graham and Captain Jack. Hopefully they release Ryan and Yaz sometime soon. Now here we have a shelf of random Doctors in their displays. So that was Fugitive of the Jadoon. Here we can see a Pyramids of Mars bit. Asylum of the Daleks with the Doctor and Oswin / her and a Dalek. Robot with the 4th Doctor being newly regenerated. For some reason, Dobby, the house elf, is there. What you're going to do. We have a Krillitane atop of the Pandorica here. Not exactly sure why, but you know, there we go. Day of the Moon, an Impossible Astronaut with the Silence, the Doctor and Amy Pond. A Zygon on his own, the Editor, Androgum, 2nd Doctor, 12th Doctor. You can see all these various figures. I keep a few along the back in their boxes, End of Time, Rassilon and Tennant. And here we have the very first scene from the modern era, the Autons attacking the 9th Doctor and Rose. A Weeping Angel attacking fan favourite 10th Doctor in his tuxedo from the Voyage of the Damned. And yeah, you get the gist. This is just all the other figures that don't necessarily fit into the category or are different costume variants of ones that have come before. Here's the Doctor and Bill. Sadness, she got turned into a Mondasian Cyberman. But yeah, we're back to the start. So, moving on to the next shelf. So, here we have my Cybermen and Daleks shelf. Earlier I said they take up 3 shelves, I was wrong, they take up 4. So I've tried to depict here basically a Dalek and Cyberman war, which is something they briefly explored in the Series 2 finale Doomsday, but I would like yeah, they need to do full-on scale, destroyed custom Daleks and whatever. There's a few dead Cybermen on the floor. Different variations of Dalek, which I've picked up over the years. I don't think there's any two the same, I could be mistaken. But yeah, RC Daleks, Dalek Sec, whatever. Here we have the big commemorative 50th anniversary Dalek, which is missing its eye stalker gun. I know where they are, they're safe, they're just not with it at the moment. Cyberman remote control thing that blows up. And 2 paintings done by my wonderfully talented friend. Now, here are the pop figures. Series 11, the Pating, standout villain I must say. Doctor and Rose, Recon Scout Dalek, Capaldi with his spoon, etc, etc. The Clara Memoriam TARDIS. You can see you're not blind, unless you are blind, in which case that's why I'm describing this to you. I should probably stop talking now. But yeah, this shelf contains a bunch of different pop figures, not all necessarily Doctor Who related. Most of them are. There's some Back to the Future sprinkled in there, X-Files, and Rick and Morty. So, this is the top shelf, not in the cabinets, with even more pop figures. I think these are all Star Wars ones. They've got little Doctor Who vinyls beside them though. And yeah, these are something else I collect. Now, up here are the prize collection items of my collection. That was an odd sentence, but the Big Chief Doctor Who Studios 1/6 scale figures. Now, these are very expensive, and I've collected like one a year for Christmases for a long time, and I think they look so good that it is worth the money. Yep, there's Mad Eye Moody for some random reason, and 2 Weeping Angels. Here we see the time that I met the wonderful David Bradley and 4 Doctors, Peter Davison, Paul McGann, Sylvester McCoy and Colin Baker, and that's Vastra and Strax, obviously without the Silurian makeup. There's Colin Baker and Paul McGann's autograph on a Doctor Who magazine. Now we move on to the top shelf of the second cabinet, the 3.75-inch figures, along with Dalek Emperor at the back, who's actually from the Doctor Who magazine figurine collection thing. Not an action figure, but he fits in well with their scale, so he's placed there. Peter Cushing Daleks at the back. I'm not actually sure where they're from. I picked them up from a random street selling guy a while back, so yeah, that's fun. Danny Pink and an army of 3.75-inch Cyberman. These were the ones I had mainly as a child. They're not display pieces, they're sort of a bit tacky, but you know, they were fun to play with and fond memories, so they're in the cabinet. Now here we have the Torchwood 5.5-inch, nearly 6-inch actually, figures who, yeah, they don't quite fit in the scale of the other Doctor Who figures, so I've moved them to their own little corner. We've got Gwen, Yanto, Captain Jack, the weird Cyberwoman, and a Weevil. Sadly, they never released Owen. They did release a Tosh, but yeah, haven't got her yet. Here we have the Lego Doctor Who playset, without most of the figures from it. The figures I do have on it are from Doctor Who Lego Dimensions, the video game. Here we see a remote control canine from way back in the day, and some Stranger Things figures here. I don't know how many of you are Stranger Things fans out there. It's a very popular show. You know what Stranger Things is. Don't need to give you a briefing on that. Down here we have some DePaul 1970s, 80s or 70s action figures, I believe, and signed by Katie Manning and John Leeson, K9 and Joe Grant, that is. And yeah, this shelf is basically retro or from the past things. Now here is my main Doctor Who magazine figurine collection. I'm not structuring these sentences very well, but you get the idea. Here they are on their little stands. I had like a brief span of collecting these. I say brief, it was about a year and a half, and then because there's one every month, I could not keep paying £7 a month because, you know, money. There is another really fond memory, if the camera, yep, there we go. Matt Smith, David Tennant and myself from 2019's December Comic Con. Absolutely amazing experience that was, and yeah. So here we have Dr. 12th and Dr. 1st, a big Cyberman thingy from 2006, John Lumic Cyberman, and basically just the rest of my Daleks, the ones that don't fit in to go to the Cyber War, 3.75 inch or Doctor Who magazine, they're stuffed here, and yeah, there's another RC Dalek that's missing its eye. Once again, I know what the eye is, a Dalek alarm clock, a collector's set from the 3.75 inch scale from 2015, and a Dalek shooty thing that probably never appeared in the show, but yeah, a Porg. Why not? Here's a Cyberman head, another piece of the collection I really love. It's a voice changer from back in 2006, I believe. Here are some film props from our Doctor Who fan film, The Return of Omega. The 3 boxes that come together to return Omega, as is said in the title. And a lovely little bit down here, the Wizard of Oz Lego figures. Here's the set for the Lumic Cyberman, missing the Lumic Cyberman. Here is a custom sonic screwdriver, and autograph from Kate Stewart, which is obstructed by the Regeneration box set. So here's the study room, just Doctor Who stuff on the walls, because, you know, that's the way I roll, the cool kid that I am, who won from Bessie. And here is a bunch of Doctor Who magazines, which I recently got from my dad's co-worker, who is also an amazing person and amazing Doctor Who fan. So shout out to Lee, thanks for that. Yeah, there's literally hundreds of these from the classic series and from 2005 onwards. Absolutely brilliant to have these in the collection. Here are some signed autographs from the actor of the Cybermen and the Jadoon, which I won these autographs in a competition recently, so you know that's great. Here's some artwork from, I think his name's Grant Perkins, or something like that. I'll try and put a link in the description to his art if I remember. Trusting me, I won't. But yeah, wonderful artwork. And a signed autograph, well that is what an autograph is, from Jodie Whittaker, the 13th Doctor herself. Amazing. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. I hope I wasn't too chaotic in this video. I'm getting very hyper being stuck indoors because of quarantine. But yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Goodbye.
Don't forget to click below.
Subscribe to the confused Adipose.